Another example of two-way interactions between species is mutualism. This occurs when two or more species interact in a way that benefits both species. For example, bees and flowers have a mutualistic relationship where bees collect nectar and pollen from flowers for food, and in the process transfer pollen from one flower to another, thereby promoting pollination. Another example is parasitism. This occurs when one species, the parasite, benefits from another species, the host, by living on or inside the host, and typically causing harm to the host or reducing the host's fitness. For example, ticks and fleas are ectoparasites that feed on the blood of mammals, including humans, and can transmit diseases to their hosts. Another example of two-way interactions is commensalism. This occurs when one species benefits from another species without harming or benefiting the other species. For example, cattle egrets and cattle have a commensal relationship where the cattle egrets feed on insects stirred up by the movement of the cattle. However, the cattle are not affected by the presence of the birds. These examples are just a few of the types of two-way interactions that can occur between species when studying ecology. Other examples include herbivory, amensalism, allelopathy, among others. The study of these interactions is essential for understanding the structure and function of ecosystems, and for predicting how communities and ecosystems may respond to environmental change. Now let's talk about ecosystem ecology. Ecosystem ecology is a study of how organisms interact with each other and their physical environments to form complex self-regulating systems. Ecosystems are composed of living organisms, that's the biotic component, including plants, animals, and microorganisms as we mentioned earlier, as well as non-living components such as the air, water, soil and nutrients, and temperature. Ecosystem ecologists study the flow of energy and nutrients through ecosystems and how these processes are influenced by biotic and abiotic factors. Ecosystem ecologists are interested in understanding the structure and function of ecosystems and how they respond to disturbances such as natural disasters or human activities and climate change. They also study the relationships between ecosystem processes and ecosystem services, which are the benefits that humans derive from ecosystems, such as food production, clean water, and carbon sequestration. One of the key concepts in ecosystem ecology is the idea of trophic pyramid or trophic structures, which represents the flow of energy through an ecosystem. Which we'll discuss in detail later. For a brief overview, at the base of the pyramid are primary producers, such as plants and photosynthetic algae, which convert sunlight into organic matter through photosynthesis. Above the primary producers are primary consumers, such as herbivores, which eat the primary producers. And then we have the secondary consumers, which eat the herbivores, and so on. At each level of the pyramid, some of the energy is lost as heat, resulting in the total amount of biomass and energy decreasing. Ecosystem ecology is an interdisciplinary field that draws on principles from many disciplines, including biology, geology, hydrology, and other disciplines. Ecosystem ecology is the most stable level to study the interactions between organisms and their environment. And it is essential for understanding these complex interactions and for developing sustainable management practices for ecosystems and their services.